Well, here we are, it's 2021, it's a new year, there's a new vision, there's fresh life and fresh excitement for what's to come. And I know last year was a rough year. For many of our families, it was just a really discouraging, challenging year. But I want to say this, as a church family, as ACF Church, that in 2020, you and we together were able to do more for our city than ever before. And the reason is because you chose when it was hardest, when it was most tempting to lean out, you chose to lean in and be a servant and love people in the name of Jesus. You chose to step up and lead an ACF Outpost or a group. You chose to have people into your home, to meet at a coffee shop and stream church together and have deep spiritual conversations. And you just chose to build community in a time of isolation. And I just want to say, as your pastor, as one of your leaders, I am so proud of you, so proud of our church for what has happened over the course of the last year. But we are moving forward, and maybe you're wondering, well, where do we go from here? What's going on next? Well, I want to give you a few updates. First, we had our Christmas Eve services in the building. Many of you were able to join us, and we saw over 1,000 of you show up for church, and it was incredible. It was a blast just to get together. I heard so many of you on the way out the door say, thank you for making space for us. Thank you for opening the doors and getting us together. I needed this. I heard many of you say, I didn't know how much I needed this, but I needed this. And so that was exciting. We saw over the course of December, over 2,500 cars come through our Christmas light drive-through. And that was just a small way for us to spread some Christmas cheer in a time of depression and isolation for many people. And then on January 3rd, last week, we were able to launch an in-person gathering at 9 a.m. And so we opened the doors. We saw a great group of you come in, a full room of people show up for church. We worshiped together, we opened the Word together, and it was just awesome. And so what we're doing right now is we're operating in a hybrid church model. So what that means is we're meeting in homes in our ACF Outposts. Some people are streaming online at home, maybe with their families. And then we're also meeting in person. So there's 3 different ways for you to gather with ACF and join in with us. And so moving forward with our ministries, here's what's going on. If you've got kids in ACF Kids, we are running full bore with ACF Kids ministry. If you chose to serve in ACF Kids last week or you've stepped up to join a serve team, can I just say thank you so much. As most of you know, we can't do any of what we do without you. And so thank you for stepping up and being a servant. If you have a student in junior high or high school, our ACF Youth Culture is also running. This is an incredible year for youth ministry because, well, to be honest, most of the time our students are very distracted by many other things, which are good things. They've got sports and extracurricular activities, but this year a lot of that's shut down. And so we're seeing more students than ever come to youth group, come to our events and join together. And so this is an incredible opportunity for our students to hear about Jesus and to get some perspective on life, especially when they need it most. And then for us as an entire church, we are continuing with a 9 a.m. service moving forward. And then by the end of January, based on if that service grows to a certain point, we're going to be launching potentially another service and then maybe even more of them. And so we've chosen to take a church planting approach to this new rebuilding season as a church and just say, hey, it's really up to you. If you feel most comfortable coming to the building, we're providing a space for that. If you start to show up every week and bring your friends, we're going to need some more room. And then we'll be launching some services to get some people spread out. On January 17th, we're actually having a serve team launch. And so as you know, to launch more services means we need more teams. And so be here for that and jump in a way to serve this next season of ministry. We're going to need you to do that, to launch more services. And so be ready for that. And also maybe you're questioning and wondering, like, what are we doing about COVID? We're gathering together. Well, a few things. First, we're providing a place in the back of the room, a section in the room where it's a mask-only section. So if you're high risk or just comfortable being in a mask and around people with masks, we have a space for you. We're deep cleaning our facility. We're making sure that it's just spick and span and doing everything we can to disinfect everything in our ACF Kids ministry all the way to our upstairs gathering space to make sure it's just a good, safe space to gather. And we just want you to know that we are putting your health as a high priority. We want to make sure that you're healthy in every single way, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And really, that's why we're gathering when we are. We've chosen for 9 months not to be in our building, to help out and flatten the curve. And we've now chosen to get into the building in the darkest time of Alaska, where depression and suicide is on the rise. And honestly, as a pastor, it just breaks my heart that people would be isolated and alone right now. And so we felt convicted as a church that we needed to provide an in-person space for all of the people who have not yet been able to plug in to an ACF Outpost. And so we're seeing those people come back to church, and I see a lot of high fives and a lot of people just really excited to see each other at church this last week. And so you just need to know we love you. We're grateful for you. We're making these decisions just prayerfully as best as we can moving forward. I've had the honor of having conversation with pastors from across the country. I've been on calls with the governor multiple times through COVID-19, just talking about what can we do as a church and what are our next steps to move forward. And so know that we are seeking wisdom. We're prayerful about these next steps, and we're doing everything we can to serve our city and show the love of Jesus in times like these. I love you, ACF. I hope to see you soon, either in person this next Sunday at 9 a.m. or online. Either way, know that you're part of our family and that we love you. We'll see you soon.